Hi, Rick Tharp with RX Kinetics with a demonstration of our APK program. In this installment, I just want to go over login and then a general overview of the program, some of the user interface elements of the program, and a general overview of major functions. This is the first screen you see when you start APK. It's the disclaimer/login screen. And for HIPAA and other security reasons, you need to log into the program. The login here is just 3 initials. And the program ships with an open login policy. And that means that new users are able to add themselves to the program. You can close the login, and that's recommended. And in that case, with a closed policy, only an individual with the administrative password is able to add new users to the authorized user list. But here we're going to demonstrate an open login. And again, we enter our 3 initials, click Accept Disclaimer, and we'll see that those initials are not found in the user database. Do you want to add a new user? We'll click Yes. We'll type in our name and title and click the Save button. And that brings us to the main program screen. And you can see along the bottom who is logged in and the current date. APK uses a tabbed interface. When the program first starts up, we see the patient data tab. When you select a dosing method, that method tab becomes active. You can switch back and forth between the tabs. Here's the retrospective tab. Again, you can switch back and forth between patient and retrospective. Along the top of the patient tab is a data bar for browsing through the patient database. There's a lot of icons there, and we'll kind of go over those now. First off, the first 4 buttons are browse buttons. You have a next and a previous button. You have a first and a last button that skips to the first and skips to the last patient in the database. And in APK, the patients are indexed alphabetically. So you can skip to the A's or Z's. You can also view an alphabetical list of patients by clicking on the list icon. And you can select that patient by clicking and closing. You can also seek by typing in the first 3 or 4 letters of that patient's name. Another way of searching for patients is to use the seek function. Click on the little binoculars, type in the first 3 or 4 letters of the patient's name, and click OK, and it'll find a match. Other functions on the data bar are the little plus icon is for adding a new patient, the minus is for discharging a patient, the check mark is for saving, and X is for canceling. For example, if we wanted to change this patient's name to Josephine instead of Joe, we'll see that the save and cancel icons become active. If we decide we didn't want to do that, we can click the X to cancel those changes. The next icon is refresh, and this refreshes your connection to the database. It's useful if you're using the program in a networked environment. Of course, we talked about seek, and whenever you use the seek function, if it finds a patient, it will activate seek next, that you can use to continue your search through the patient file. We talked about the list icon, and the last icon here is the inactive patients. And if there were any, they would be listed here, and you can reactivate those patients. The philosophy of the APK patient database is to keep a list of active patients here. When those patients are discharged, use the minus icon here to discharge them, and when you do that, they then show up in your inactive list. And if you want to, and when those patients are back in, readmitted, you can reactivate them. Okay, that's a general overview of the patient data bar. And along the top of the screen is the menu bar, and we can just click on, we'll click on File here, and we'll see where a drop-down menu shows. And some of the functions here are grayed out, but or dithered out, but we can still go over them. You can use the File menu to print a consult form, to print a monitoring form, to create and print database reports, to perform database maintenance, to edit the database, for example, your drug models, the physicians that you've saved, users. And you can also quickly log out of the program here without exiting. And you'll also notice the keyboard shortcuts are listed here. And those are combinations of the control key with another letter. For example, a quick way to log out is to hold down the control key and press O on your keyboard. Under the View menu, we can view a graph. We can view a summary of previous consults for that patient. Under the Tools menu, you can calculate a hold time, evaluate the dose by weight, view the pharmacodynamic parameters for that patient, for that recommended dose you've selected. The tweaker is used for slightly modifying the PK parameters. And finally, there's population analysis, which allows you to examine your patient population and possibly tweak the drug models to better fit your patients. Under the Help menu, you can see an About box, which gives you the current version. You can view the contents of the help file, and just quickly mention the help system of the program. It's context sensitive, so that if you're at a point in the program and you're stumped as to what to do, just press the F1 key on your keyboard, and a topic, a relevant topic, will be displayed in the help file. So that's an important thing to remember, the F1 key. Also, under the Help menu, you can check for updates on the website, and you can install them here. And also, you can view the FAQs on the website. These are troubleshooting tips or just general tips on using the program. And under the menu bar is a toolbar of some icons, and these are just quick shortcuts to the most commonly used things that you'd find in the toolbar. For example, the Help icon is a shortcut to the contents of the help file. The little eyeglasses here are the View Previous Consults. Although it's dithered out, this is the View Graph icon to view a plot of serum levels of the recommended dose. This icon is for printing a monitoring form. This is for printing a consult form. This is your report icon. And here's a quick exit button to exit out of the program. That's just a quick overview of how to log in and an overview of some of the layout of the program and some of the most commonly used functions that you find.